Hello, I hope you're doing well from wherever you're tuned in. So this is Next Gen Ideas, and I hope you're well and you're tuned in from wherever you're tuned in. So just wanted to go through the dailies and summaries of what is going on. And here we have Kindiki defending Ruto cabinet reshuffle. From yesterday, we know that there are some big losers and winners. Mulcomen got the CS, finally the CS for Interior. I guess that's a sensitive docket. You have to be given to someone who is close to Ruto, which is quite normal and practical. How it goes on, and of course also there are also some new comebacks. Mutahi Kagwe was appointed. Let me see that article. So Mutahi Kagwe was appointed. Let's see. From the Daily Nation comeback, is this new headline for? So I'm looking for it. Uhuru comeback. Uhuru picked. Let's see. Yeah, so Mutahi Kagwe and others found themselves. Mutahi Kagwe, who was the CS for Health. And so Mutahi Kagwe and Kabogo and others who are Ruto allies were picked into cabinet. So you see Ruto, Mutahi Kagwe, and so also appointed Kabogo, who was a former governor of Kiambu. So in short, Ruto is trying to win back the mountain, and many analysts are saying the mountain has already gone. And from what we know is that the mountain is never told what to do. It chooses its leaders. So that's a warning to Ruto as he consolidates power, he seeks to consolidate power in the mountain, that he should realize that one thing people are saying is that they rejected Uhuru while he had the full government. So 8 men CS are not sufficient. And you also had Mutahi Kagwe from Mutahi, the governor for Nyeri, saying that they had presidents and vice president, and so CS will not be sufficient. So you see the mountain still there is still also a lot of rejection of the current government. Many people have lost confidence in the government, and the government needs to work hard to regain their confidence. One way they can regain the confidence is to honor the promises they did, because most of the Kenyans feel like, in particular, that they have been sold to a new pharaoh, and so that the Ruto administration has reneged on its promises. And of course, so I also believe in some sense that the governments need to work on those policies which it had promised. And of course also it has also to look, if the policies are not good, they have to scrap them, because there's no need implementing. If they have been implementing the policies which they had promised, what I would say is that they need to relook into that. And the biggest issues many people are calling up into is the health, education sector, the health, and of course also the health sector, education sector, and these new vaccinations issues, the housing levy and all that, and so many tariffs and so many tariffs. IBC has not been constructed, and of course there is many people who have, and I also agree that there is some sense that the parliament has failed Kenyans wholeheartedly. So the parliament has failed to do its job. So let's see whether this will, we'll see, time will tell whether with time Currently, so far, according to the policies which they are implementing, they are facing resistance right and left. See, like this livestock vaccination, many people are smelling a rat and say, or a moat. So the government needs to work hard to, and of course, I don't understand why Ruto, his cabinets, they have to be the one championing for vaccination, for example, to create credibility. Of course, there are 7 rules for, there are some of the rules, there are some principles of governorship. I mean, there are some principles which every civil servant, public servant should adhere. And of course, they should be trustworthy, this must be honest, there must be credible, there must be, I think the UK government, it's called the UK government, let me check that, the UK government, UK government public processed food. So let's search it, we'll see. We'll search it and show you. So this is what I wanted to cover. And processed foods, health risk and what to avoid. So you should avoid a lot of Coke, a lot of jams, a lot of mayonnaise, and so many foods you should avoid, even clips. Try to eat low foods. So there are reports that continue the sites. So I have to allow, there's too many ads here. Too many ads, but let me allow. I'll see what they, processed foods such as ready meals, baked goods and processed meats can have negative effects. Consuming highly or heavily processed foods can lead to weight gain, increased risk of the type 2 diabetes and more. Most foods need some degree of processing. Not all processed foods are bad for the body. So there's this article about the fats, some of these fats we take and the sugars causing increase in the diabetes and also risk in weight, and of course also causing cancers, which is not mentioned here in this article. So, and it is here, you can, so eating too much processed foods, you are more likely to get cardiovascular diseases, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, and so many other things. So you need to be very, very careful the kind of food you eat. And of course, other negative processed foods are being calorie dense, addictive, digestive, quickly leaving less room in your diet for more nutritious foods. So foods like Coke, foods like butter, even some of the cheese we take, some of the, some of the peanut we take, and some of these tomato ketchups, avoid. Try to eat low food. Get the low tomato. Avoid this tomato mayonnaise, tomato paste, and just get the real. Avoid processed meats and so many other things. And of course, also we'll make a full video regarding all that. Mainly health risk of processed foods. It has been documented, and healthy. So ultra processed foods account to 1,190 calories per day. So try to avoid that. Try to avoid that completely. They have high blood sugar. Then of course also they have oil. So they have this oil, which is so also try to avoid mandazi and these chips in restaurants, because most of the fast foods they use the oil, and in that way the fat is carcinogenic. So when the fat is used many times, it can be carcinogenic. So that's anyway a health tip for today. There is also dangers of, let me show you dangers of processed oils. Some critics say linoleic acid omega-6 fatty acid breaks down toxin when used for cooking, causing numerous health issues, weaken immune system. So there is dangers of vegetable oil seeds bad for your health, probably the refined oils. So anyway, I'll look for this article and I'll share. But the idea is that so many of the oils we use, actually, you know, the other day there was a idea of toxic rice. There's so much toxic foods we are eating, and with the introduction of GMO and other things, we don't know where we are heading as a nation. And so those are some of the issues the government need to do a proper research before they comments on all this. And so anyway, that's winds up the today's overview. You can go look at all this and stay tuned until next time. Let me see which is the last article to share. Okay, Kenyan. So Russia cancer vaccine skepticism from Russia unveils cancer vaccine amid skepticism from researchers. Yeah, there is a lot of skepticism from, let's see this article. High hospital demand breakdown of, so this is another headline, breakdown of the 2.3 billion. On another news also, there is also a court injunction requesting information on how much we spend as a nation. I'll share with you that article to a point. So the main thing here in Kenya we should be looking into, High Court judge request CS for Treasury to give information on Kenyan loans and the debt. So this is the article. So that the big issue is we should be talking about is this government expenditure. So the government expenditure has gone overboard, and of course, as you all know, this is where we should take the government into accountability. Instead of reducing this CSS, you can see the problem with our government is a matter of rewarding cronies and friends. We should do the American way, the Trump way of reducing the expenditure of this government. High Court orders the National Treasury to disclose critical information on Kenya's bilateral loans and sovereign bonds. Yes, so the High Court has petitioned. The High Court has ordered the National Treasury to disclose critical information on Kenya's bilateral loans and sovereign bonds, making a major victory for transparency and accountability in public finance. So we are hoping to see this information released, because now people went to court because government is still borrowing right and left, and we don't see what they are doing with the loans. Remember also the allegation that the Euro bonds the money was never seen in Kenya. It was offloaded in offshore accounts, and still Kenyans are paying. Remember, a lot of our tax revenue is going towards paying of loans. And so let's hope and wait that this will be, the government will release this information, and we will chambua it here, we'll dig into it here. So we'll see the actual records, because the idea of how much we owe as a government, because we might be living here and then this regime bankrupts us, and then with the overborrowing and with a lot of state bureaucracy, and also a lot of piffling, a lot of corruption, and a lot of bloated government. It couldn't even bloated government. How could the government's expenditure? Government is spending more on salaries and all that, and zero on development. Essentially zero in development. So this is the biggest. This is where we are looking at the Ruto's government, how much he's doing, because if they are not adhering to the constitution, then the legitimacy of this government is at stake, because they need to follow the constitution. Otherwise, the clamor for change will still continue, and of course, it will set dangerous precedents. So let's continue trusting that all will be well as a nation. Let's pray that our leaders will be more accountable. We have mentioned they must be full of integrity. There must be accountability. There must be objective integrity. So all this, let's wait. We see whether Mbandi and we release all this information. All the way coming back all the way from Moi era, how much money we owe other countries. Details of these bonds, identities, beneficiaries, the utilization of the funds over the 9 years. Let's wait. We see. Let's wait and see what will happen. Anyway, that brings the end of this video. We hope you'll have a good day, and wishing you a lovely day. Do take care and see you until next episode. So see you. As always, take care and God bless.